Guys, I don't know where you're at today, but I'm in Pennsylvania and it is gorgeous out. So, why not dig out the shorts? I dug out my shorts. No jacket, no long sleeves. Hey, Mickey. So, yeah, I'm pretty pumped. So Saturday night, I jumped on live. I jumped on my personal page live and I started talking about working the booty. That's right, Loretta. Some booty exercises. And learn these from, I actually have an online personal trainer. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I love her. I love what she teaches. She teaches build the posterior chain, build the athlete. And basically what she means by that is, you know, we call it booty. Oh yeah, you know, build your butt and stuff like that. But really, like function wise, strengthening your hamstrings, your low back, your glutes, your shoulders, right? All that, it's going to help you in all of your everyday movements and your exercises that you love. So, you know, a lot of us, we train the glamour muscles, right? Anterior delts, biceps, quads, right? We train all of those. We want those to get stronger. That's great, but we're meant to work rear wheel drive. We are like a rear wheel drive vehicle, right? So this all needs to be strong. And it's really going to help you overall, again, like I said, functionally, walking, standing up straight. So, you know, maybe that title of, you know, get a cute booty, whatever, like that draws people in. But I'm telling you, like, overall, you really should be working on the back of your body. So, because those other muscles, like your glamour muscles, they're going to get strengthened as well. They're going to be kind of secondary in those movements. They're still working. Okay, so I went live and I showed you guys, if you caught that video, showed you guys a couple movements that you can do with or without a band. So some people have like the rubber ones. These are way better, these cloth ones. They have these little grippers on the insides. I just love them, and then they don't move either. So I like these, and there's a lot of different things you can do with them. But for today, we're going to talk about training your posterior chain. And if you jump on, say hello. If you watch on a replay, type replay. If you actually do this workout, tell me. I would love to hear how it goes. Hi, April. So let's talk about it. We're gonna do supersets, right? This should not take you more than 45 minutes, and that's including a warm-up and a cool down. Your warm-up should not tire you out. It should just prepare your body for the workout itself. So because we're working the posterior chain, you're going to be working the hips and stuff like that. You want to do a hip warm-up. I'll show you a couple things. You can get your heart rate up a little bit, increase the core temperature, but we're not trying to get to a point where we're like exhausted through the warm-up. We just want to prepare the body for movement. So you can do some hip openers, take the knee up hip level and take it out to the side, and just kind of, you know, maybe count to 30, 60. Pay attention, right? So I don't want you to do these warm-ups mindlessly. I want you to pay attention. How does that feel? Do you feel the movements? Do you feel it getting a little bit easier? Do you feel it getting a little bit looser, right? Now, guys, I'm just going to do a quick spin through this. I'm not going to do the entire workout with you, mainly because I got to pick up my kids from school, and they're probably going to want to go to the playground. So, so that's that. So loosening the hips, you can do some air squats. I wouldn't do any more than 15, and concentrating on pushing your entire foot through the floor. Knees drive out, knees track over the middle of the foot, chest stays high. Okay. And then another hip opener, which I really love and I think is super important. I'll show you two more. Is you're going to come on down to the floor, and you guys have seen me do this before. Arms out like a T, the leg comes up, crosses over, comes back up and down, and you're going to do 10 on each side. Okay. And I'll type this all out so you guys can see it. Now you see how like my foot comes all the way down? It didn't at first. It didn't. My hips were tight. Over time it started to loosen up, and that's going to be the same for you. Same with this work, this hip stretch. You take your foot up by your hand. Now if it's uncomfortable, you can drop your back knee. But I mean, you may feel tightness in your hips, and that's okay. Do the best you can. You're gonna do 10 on each side, so 20 total. And like I said, you can keep that back knee up or put it down. It's completely up to you. And you want to open up those hips. Okay, and some people may start with their foot back here. Maybe that's as far as they can go. You just go to where you can go. Over time, it will stretch out. Okay, so supersets. You're going to do, I'm going to give you the rep count. It's 6 total moves. Supersets meaning you're going to do 2 moves back to back, and then you're going to repeat that for a total of 3 times. Then you'll move on to your second superset, then your third superset. So the first one, if you have a band, great. If you don't, that's okay. So if I have a band, I'm going to put it right above my knees, and I'm going to sit in a squat position, and I'm just going to step side to side. And I'm going to count to 50 so that it's a total, or excuse me, it's 25 on each side. So I'm driving my knee, pushing my knees out, and I want to stay in a squatted position. Now, if I don't have a band, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to sit low, I'm going to drive my knees out. Counting to 50. This should burn out. All right, then we're going to do a weighted move. So after you do that walking squat for 50, you're going to do a 1.5 squat, 10 to 15 reps. So it depends on where you're at. If you're a beginner, maybe you want to stay at 15 reps. If you are a little bit more advanced, you can go up to 15. Did I say that right? Yeah. So my 1.5 squat, I'm going to go with a stance that's comfortable for me. I like to take it a little bit wider to give me some more room in my hips. I have dumbbells here. If you have one big heavy dumbbell at home, grab that. Or if you have 2 medium, you can hold them here. I've seen people use coolers, car batteries, anything heavy. Just make sure you keep it held tight to your, close to your chest, right? You don't want to be about out here. I'm gonna roll my shoulders down and away from my ears, tuck my tailbone under, and I'm gonna sit down in my squat, driving my entire foot through the floor, knees pushed out. I'm gonna come up halfway, go back down, and come up. That's 1. You need 10 to 15 of those. So down, half, down, and up. Try to keep your head in a neutral position with your spine. Neck is nice and long. Down, half, down, and up. Okay? So that's 1 set. You're going to repeat that 2 more times. So you're going to go back to your walking squat for 50, and then you'll do your 1.5 squats again, 10 to 15 reps. After you've done that 3 times, now you're going to go to your next move, which is fire hydrants. If you have a band, great. If you don't, that's okay. So I'm going to put this right over my knees, right above my knees, excuse me. I'm going to do 20 to 30 on each side, raising my knee up to hip level. I'm not trying to go fast. After I finish with 20 to 30 on one side, 20 to 30 on the other side. If you don't have a band, no big deal. Do them unbanded. 20, 30 each side. I'm going to superset this with a weighted glute bridge. So grab your heavy thing, whatever it is. Maybe it's a weight, maybe it's not a weight. No big deal. And, get a mat or a pillow or a rolled up towel. I'm going to show you a little trick on your glute bridges. You're going to tuck it behind your head so that your chin is tucked into your chest. So a lot of people do glute bridges, they stay flat down here. That's not awful, it's not bad. This is better. So I'm going to tuck my chin into my chest. I'm going to prop my head up so my chin is tucked to my chest. I'm going to put my weights on my hips, excuse me. I'm going to come up. I'm going to try for 30 reps, right? So I have my chin tucked in. Why is it important that my chin's tucked in? So when I come to the top, I have a posterior pelvic tilt, right? Like this. So this head tilt helps me with that. I'm going to play around with my pillow here for a second. Here. You're going to press your entire foot through the floor. Big toe, heel, all of it. And you're going to do 30 here. 30 weighted glute bridges, squeezing at the top. Okay? That's one whole set of your second superset. You're gonna repeat that 20 to 30 fire hydrants on one side, 20, 30 on the other. Then you're back down to weighted glute bridges. You're gonna do 20 to 30. So it just kind of depends on what equipment you have at home and what physical shape you're in. You know, you might not be able to do 30, so you do 20. Maybe you can't do 20 and you do less, that's fine. Just track it and make sure the next time you do this workout, you try to add a rep or two. That's it. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Third and final superset. You're gonna do tap backs. So, this is gonna work best with something you can hold on to. So let me just move this camera over a little bit here. So if you can hold on to something, again, band is great. If you don't have it, that's okay. You're gonna squat down. With one leg, I'm gonna tap back diagonally, right? So this standing leg is holding 95% of my weight. I'm tapping back, I'm going diagonal, right here. I'm trying for anywhere from 30 to 50 on each side. When I'm done, other side, 30 to 50. If you don't have a band, that's okay. Still getting down in that squat position and drive that foot back. Relying most of the weight on that standing front leg, okay? Your weighted move here is a sumo deadlift. Oops, I walked away. Let me just switch areas here. So sumo, feet are nice and wide, toes are out. Weight is in the middle here. Roll your shoulders down and back. Make sure your knees are gonna track over the middle of your foot. Your weight in the middle here, and you can actually hold two if you like. So the sumo deadlift, I'm not squatting, I'm deadlifting. So let me show you from the side. I hinge at my hips, nice flat back, and come up, right? A squat would look like this. See how much knee bend? Slight knee bend. The joint action is at the hips. So see how those weights stay very close to my body. My back is nice and flat. My shoulder blades are rolled down and back. My armpits are squeezed. Right there. Okay. If you need help on any of these, please let me know. I'll put the entire workout in the comments. But again, this is the workout that I went live about on my personal page. And that's gonna help you work your posterior chain. So, that's what I got for you today. Thanks for joining. What's today? Monday. Yeah, today's Monday. I'm having a block party. I need a hostess if anyone wants to jump in. Who wants free half price items?